And then I've just got like a hard stop at 9. I got to be on another call. So
We'll make it 30 minutes or less, and I think we're live, dude. So I think it's perfect. Um, I don't know if
sweet.
you can you. I'm looking at my YouTube channel. Let me see. I haven't gone live in.
Then I've just got like a hard stop at 9. I got to be on another call. So
We'll make it 30 minutes or less, and I think we're. Whoops, sorry. There we go. All right. Zach, can you still hear me?
yep.
Beautiful. All right. I have not gone live for a minute. Looks like we got somebody on though, so that's cool. Let's roll while the internet's still working. Sound good?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay, let me push record. Boom. All right, guys. And when I say guys, I think there's only one person on. That's cool. It's good to have Hustler80. It says love is breaking. I don't know if that means live is breaking. Oh, great. Well, let's just try to do it, Zach. It is what it is. It's live, dude. That's the point. It's supposed to break. It's supposed. At least you guys know this isn't completely polished. Um, so we have 4 people watching. If you are on this live right now, I'd love to hear just comment and just say something. You can say what's up, say you can hear me, just so I know who's on. The funny thing about YouTube is it's a username. So we got like Hustler80. You got all kinds of different names, but I'll call you guys by your name. So um we're just gonna jump in. I wanted Zach to get on this call today. If you guys don't know who I am, go watch some of the other YouTube videos that we put out. I've been doing this business model of building simple websites, ranking them on Google, and renting them out for almost 9 years. Lost a bunch of money, made a bunch of money, but I think it's one of the best business models on the internet. Okay. I want to bring Zach on because does things a little bit differently. Zach is somebody that I started working with, like, I think it was like 2.5 years ago, and he needed to get out of his job. He needed to replace the income from his job. And Zach, at that time, you were making like 6,000 gross, right?
After taxes, my job I'd bring home like 4,600. So yeah.
Okay. So he's making 46. Dude, taxes are crazy. Dude's making 4,600 bucks a month, but he's like, I need to get that replaced as soon as possible so I can keep building my dream. And many of you guys are in that same situation where you want to do digital real estate, you want to do something online, but you need to get that initial job 9 to 5, whatever it is. Maybe it's even a business that's just not bringing in a lot of money. You need to get that income replaced so you can then focus on other things like building digital real estate. So I want to bring Zach on because I've realized that sometimes people need, different ways out of the rat race. They want to get out, and I think the best thing you can do as quickly as you can get out is the method that you should take. And so Zach has found this really, really interesting way of selling simple SEO services where has been able to scale. Zach, are all of your deals, your $58,000 per month, is that 100% SEO?
I have one lead gen client for 500 a month. Everything else is SEO.
That's crazy, bro. I'll buy it from you. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. So 57, I missed $57,500, all from selling simple SEO deals. And I'm enunciating and I'm putting the emphasis on the simple because Zach's strategy is very unique. And the reason I was if you guys watched me for a long time, I was a big hater of SEO services because I did it wrong. And I tried to go land a bunch of big clients. I had clients cancel on me. I had this really bad experience, and I was like, no, don't do it, don't do it. And then Zach started scaling, and I was like, well, obviously he knows something that I don't. Let's take a look. And so we hopped on the phone, and I realized, oh, he's doing this very, very differently. So Zach does this in such a way, guys, that he doesn't put himself at risk of like losing a bunch of business. The other thing is he has his team that he's built doing this for him. And on top of that, he actually has if he were to go in right now today into his, let's call it 50, let's call it, you probably, because your deals are smaller, so you probably have close to 100 clients, right?
Yeah. There's like 170 some odd.
170. So he's doing like really small deals. So guys, he's got this business that's brick by brick, right? Well, imagine he goes to half of those clients and pitches them on a lead generation deal. He's got a ton of money sitting on the table. And so you can do this in a really strategic way, excuse me, that I have never seen done before. So as a way to just add value to you guys and to show you guys something a little bit different, I want to bring Zack on, talk about his overall strategy. And then also the other reason I like talking about this is because SEO is a part of what we are doing inside of lead generation, inside of digital rank the website at some point, whether you do it at the beginning or you do what I do, you sell it and then rank it. You have to do the ranking part to complete the process. So Zach just happened to focus on the ranking of other people's websites. So Zach, welcome to the call, man. Let's just get into it. I know we've got like 25 minutes and then you got to hop off, and I think that's perfect. So kind of explain to everyone high level what it is that you do, like the type of clients that you have, and then maybe we can talk about your process from like again, like a 10,000-foot view. And then if people, want to check more of your stuff out, whatever, we can let them know. But just, I want to inspire people that your life can change in a matter of 12 months. And so let's just start there, man. Let's talk about what you actually do, your business does.
Yeah, so pretty simple. I started out actually 100% focused on lead gen, building sites, ranking those sites. That's why I still have a client like that I've had for years. Um, and then I realized there was this opportunity because my dad owns a carpet cleaning company where I like built his website and ranked that well. And then his friends wanted me to build their websites, and it was the same skill set. And I was like, man, I could see the path to quit my job if I just stacked these easy website builds plus SEO clients. So that's what I started doing. Um, I already knew how to build the websites. I already knew how to rank the sites. Now, instead of building my own sites and putting the money into that to then land the deals later, I would just go make money day one, which I liked. I would just go get the deal. They pay me day one. Then my team and I build the website and help it rank, and they just keep paying us every month. And it was low stress because I would start out just charge 300 to 500 bucks a month per client and just stack those clients. Just easy wins, easy wins, easy wins until I was able to quit my job quickly. Like I started doing that about 4 or 6 months later, quit my job, and then just grew it a bunch more from there. But it's essentially the same concept you talk about all the time. I just tweaked it where I didn't own the site. They own the site and they just pay me each month to build it and improve it. And that's how I got the easy wins because I needed the fast, easy wins to quit my job. And so that's the route I took, and it's worked really well. And then from there, build the systems to get more sales faster, more websites built faster, and just build it up. So that's kind of the
Okay.
high level overview.
I want to go into questions I know everyone's asking. Number one, does it worry you? By the way, I've asked you these questions, so I know you're going to be like, "Dude, why are you asking this again?" But from somebody that's just hearing you, does it not worry you that your clients have the control where they could just cancel at any point? Why doesn't that worry you, or does it worry you? How are you kind of like hedging your bet against that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Business owners need a website and they need someone they can trust. Most business owners, they're too busy doing plumbing or electrical work or cleaning carpets. Like they don't have the time and they don't want to worry about their website, their stuff online. So they know they need a website. They know they're going to get the website will pay for itself. And if it ranks better, it's going to way more than 10x pay for itself because people go on Google. People just like when they need their carpets cleaned, when they need a plumber, they're just going to Google it. So business owners, they know they need a website and they're going to pay someone for that. So it might as well be me, right? Very rarely do I lose clients because as long as they're in business, I've lost some clients where the guy's like, "Hey, I'm retiring. I'm not selling the business. My son doesn't want to take it over. The business is done." And it's like, okay, now the website. I lost that client. But man, that's so rare because people are going to be in business for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years and they need a website. So it's a pretty solid business model where when you explain things well, people trust you and they just know like you're their go-to guy. Now my company is like the go-to company for these hundreds of businesses, and they're like, oh yeah, it's just like it's a monthly expense. It's like my phone bill. It's like my TV subscription. It's like my website. It's just a subscription that is mandatory for their company, and that's why I love it. Even if, money's tight and they're like, hey, um, we don't really we can't really afford this, they're still going to have it up, and I might give them a reduced package, but they're still going to be with me because they need that website. They realize it's critical. So that's why I like it.
So essentially, guys, Zach's using his brain. He's targeting people who are already planning on and used to spending that money, right? If you've watched any amount of my content on this channel, I always talk about go after business owners who are already paying for leads. Why? Because they don't need to be sold. You don't need to convince them to spend money on leads. They already believe in the concept and the idea of spending money on leads. You just need to show them that your leads, your services are better than Home Advisor, AngelList, whatever. So Zach, explain to everybody, because you had a very similar experience as I did doing door-to-door sales. By the way, Zach did door-to-door sales. He sold Dish Network. And I wanted to tell you why he stumbled into this idea of selling to people that were already using the service. But I also want, before he does that, before anyone goes, oh my gosh, I have to have sales experience. That's why these guys are no. Guys, we just happen to do door-to-door sales, but we've seen, I would say at this point, over 100 or hundreds of people that have taken what we teach and without any sales experience and have made a ton of money. In fact, Zach and I were just barely on a live like an hour ago with somebody that had zero sales experience. He's making $44,000 a month. Did Vinny have any sales experience?
None. No.
None. Okay. So I just want to say that because I know it's everybody's thinking, oh, it's because they have sales experience. No, we're the anomaly. So why should people target well, not why should they, because everyone knows that, but what made you decide to start targeting these kind of people? It makes so much sense, dude. But when I was doing SEO, what I was doing is I was trying to target everybody, right? I was like, well, I know this person has a business. Let me see if, and I was pitching these deals where I had to convince them they needed SEO and they needed to use me. And it was like such an uphill battle. And then even when you got the deal, the first thing that went wrong, they were getting ready to cancel the service because they weren't used to paying that bill. So just tell everyone how you discovered that. And I mean, it's genius. And if you're doing lead gen, if you're doing door-to-door alarms, door-to-door TV, if you're selling SEO, you should freaking follow what Zach's about to say.
Yeah, this is like the golden nugget for me that finally clicked and everything went buck wild. Essentially, I realized when I was in college and I was selling door to door, I was just getting people to switch from Dish Network to DirecTV or Comcast or AT&T Uverse, whatever they had. I would just get them to switch. I never watched TV. Like I didn't care about TV at all. But I knew that I could rebundle people's packages or I could switch them over and they would go from paying $150 a month to 70. I would cut their bill in half and they would get the same channels plus NFL Sunday Ticket, right? And so like they're getting more for half the money. And it was so easy. I would make about 250 or $300 a sale and get like 3 sales a day on average. As a college student for 100 days, I ended up making like 70,000 in 3 or 4 months doing this. And the whole idea was if someone didn't have a TV subscription already, I would never make that sale because you got to sell them on paying $70 a month when they're spending zero. That's a tough sale. But I could sell people, I would just sell savings. I would transfer people and save them money all day long. So then I entered this. marketing world. And I'm like, man, how could I do the same thing? And that's what I figured out, right? People that are already paying a company, a big marketing company, whoever, their local dude, they're paying Yellow Pages, they're paying whatever for their online presence, their website, they're paying, I don't know, Yelp, people pay Angie's, people pay for their websites, people pay all sorts of stuff online, right? I would just find people who are paying monthly for a website for SEO and give them a better offer for the same price or a lower price. And people would just switch to me all day. Same concept. And that's how I built my whole company is just giving people a better experience. They're already used to spending the money, but why not get more bang for your buck and just start paying me instead of these other guys that don't care, don't know what they're talking about, aren't attentive to the details, don't have good systems built. Like, man, I'm just going to serve those people all day long. And it makes the sales easy and it makes your growth predictable. You're just like, of course I can add 5, 10, 15 new clients a month, um, because everyone I talk to wants to do this. They're already paying, just like DirecTV, they're already paying 150. They might as well pay 70 and get more. With me, oh, they're already paying 500. They might as well pay 500 with me, but get a way better website, a newly built website. It's going to rank better. I'm going to do their Google business profile stuff, which isn't being done. Like they're just going to get a better service than they have for the same price. It's a no-brainer, and you just win people over all day long. So
Makes
that's
sense.
how I think about it.
Makes sense. And it's the same. I had the same experience. I won't bore everyone, but I had a very similar experience. And that's why I always preach and say, target people that are already sold, period. Real quick, before we keep going, Hustler 80 says, Zach is selling low ticket SEO services. I thought SEO was around 1,500 a month. Can you clarify if he is selling low ticket to get them to buy more services from you? So in Hustler 80's mind, he's never heard of SEO being that cheap. Can you clarify exactly what you're offering? Which I think is a good question, by the way.
Yeah, great question. A lot of people charge way more. My expenses are lower than those companies because I have international people working for me, which is awesome. And so our profit margin is insanely high because our costs are low and we deliver a great service. But yes, we build websites and do their SEO and their Google business profile optimization, usually for like around 500 bucks a month. Some clients are more if we're doing additional things. And yes, we can then upsell them to other things that we offer. Um, Facebook ads, like we've added other things on over time. Um, but it's those easy wins and then they stay with you forever because you do a good job and you're like a great price. And then you make great money because you're smart and have international talent that is phenomenal and not as expensive as US labor. So great
Yeah.
question. It's a business model that works super, super well because most SEO companies charging 1,500, 2,000, 5,000, they see a lot of churn. I just have a lot less churn. People are with me for years and years and years. And
I just had a thought, bro. It's kind of like and this is to answer your question, Hunter or Hustler 80. It's kind of like insurance, right? So I'm sure everyone, Zach, have you ever been pitched on whole life insurance?
yeah,
Okay, everybody has, right? It's like everyone pitches whole life insurance because the insurance guys get paid crazy commissions. Basically, whole life insurance, there's a bunch of perks. You can take out a loan against it. You can all kinds of different stuff, right? There's that, which is what everyone wants to target because they get these big commissions and these big jobs, whatever. And Zach's basically the guy that's like, hey, you guys can go and chase all that. You guys can go fight over all the whole life insurance deals. I'm going to go target everyone that has life insurance, just a policy, a term policy, which is 50, 60, 70 bucks a month. Why? Because I know for me personally, I have a policy with Northwestern Mutual that's like 50 bucks a month. I've been paying for it since 2018. I don't touch it. I don't think about it. It's just a bill that is, and I will always keep. Zach would be the person who would come along and say, hey, I know you already have term. Let me show you how you can work with me. and it's a better option. And I'm used to this bill. He's not selling me on this additional bill. He's just targeting people like me that already have term. He's going for those low ticket, set it and forget it bills that are just a bill. And he's just figured out a way to use international talent, aka VAs, to go people that have it, go and sell them on using his service, put them into his system, and rinse and repeat. Is that a pretty decent way of describing it, or am I way off?
Yeah, man, you nailed it. Um, and the other thought there is like you're building durable revenue. That's what I love about this business model is it's a subscription. Most businesses, service businesses, they got to go out and like earn the next dollar every day. With this, it's like you have a recurring client base that trusts you and likes you, and that creates the foundation. But then, yeah, as you build your company, you can upsell to other things. And then it's like you have no sales cost. It's like all of a sudden, boom, you upsell them on Facebook ads or on your CRM system, on whatever you want to offer in the future. And you have these clients that trust you. You're in the door. You got that easy win, and you can stack that and make an amazing company. And then if you want to crush it even further, like we're doing, is like, cool. Now these people that trust us, when they ask about whatever, boom, we can fulfill that need and we grow with those clients. And it's pretty phenomenal. I think the hardest thing is getting the first deal. That's why there are less entrepreneurs in the world than there could be, is people don't get like that first deal. And so you want the barrier of entry in my mind. I was like, how can I lower that bar? So I'm going for the easiest wins possible to start stacking the money. That's how I quit my job. And now we just keep stacking and then we stack and expand. And that's how we build the empire is little by little, easy wins, boom, that expand. Because now you have the trust and easy upsells wherever you want. So
Amazing, man. Another question: what strategies do you recommend for attracting and retaining clients in the competitive field of websites? Well, first, just to clarify, this is we're not. If Zach reaches out to somebody and they do have a crappy website or they need a website, he'll offer it, but he's targeting people that are paying that monthly fee and maybe working in that website as part of it. He's not just targeting people that just need a website as a one-time build. But I get your question. So Zach, what are some strategies that you recommend? By the way, I dropped this already. I'll drop it again. If you guys want to check out more of what Zach's up to, he actually does have some stuff that he trains, and you can check it out on his website where he goes over like his A to Z process. But for the sake of this call, what are some strategies that you use to attract or reach out to those people that you want to target, those easy wins?
yeah, I love this question because the gears are turning, right? And I think the biggest obstacle is irrelevance. People don't know that you exist. There's millions of business owners that if they knew you had the skills and knew who you were and knew your price, they would go with you. But you are you they don't know you. You are invisible in their minds, right? So the biggest thing is just contacts. I've used cold outreach a ton. I have teams in the Philippines that call business owners and they just find people that are unhappy. Do they have accents? Yeah, a little bit, but that's fine. They're finding people who are unhappy with their current situation. They set them up for my closers, or it used to be me. They set up the appointment for me. I talk with that business owner who I already know is unhappy with their online presence, their website, their ranking, all that. They're unhappy, and that's an easy win. So in the beginning, I would do the cold calls, I would just call business owners and talk with them. The thing is just asking them questions, digging in. When they answer the phone, just start a conversation. Hey, see that you're in this area. I help companies, I live local, whatever. What are your thoughts on like how you guys are doing online? What are your thoughts on your website? What do you guys want to do better? Do you guys want to grow? And if you start having conversations, it can be over the phone, it can be over email, but just learning about companies, now they know that you're even an option. So I think that's to answer your question, what strategies do you recommend for attracting and retaining? To attract, they need to know you. So you need to do way more outreach. You need to, if you're talking with 5 companies a day and not having much success, go talk with 20 business owners a day. And it's just a numbers game, right? If more people know about you and know what you do, you'll get better at reaching out. So your conversion rates will get higher and higher over time. But more people will even know that you're an option. The biggest thing is it's like irrelevance or not even knowing about you, right? You need to be known. So you need to do outreach every day, you or your team, calling business owners, emailing business owners, reaching out in Facebook groups, however you want to reach out, I don't care. But you need to talk with people, you need to care about them, you need to listen to them. And if they feel heard, then they'll listen to you. First, you listen to them, you understand them, and then you're able to say, hey, here are my recommendations based on what I saw and what I found with your website and your online presence. Here's what I recommend. What's your current situation? How much are you currently paying for everything online? Oh, we pay this for this, we pay this for this, we pay this for this. Okay, cool. What if we do this? Let's do this all way better for this price. We'll start here. Once we nail that down, we'll then work on your ads and we'll do this. And boom, now you have another client. So I mean, a lot of cold outreach. If you join, you can join local BNI groups, you can do whatever, but you just need to be talking and connecting with business owners on a consistent basis, and then your growth is automatic.
And one other thing too, just as, and I think I mentioned it at the beginning, the thing that you can do is you can be very strategic too at the type of clients and the type of businesses that you actually go after and you work with. So if your goal, you're on this channel, your goal is to actually own assets and to rent them out, that's great. Go and get a handful, go get 20 clients that pay you $500 a month. You have a $10,000 per month. Your margins are going to be ridiculously high. You're probably going to be making 9,000 of that or 8,000 of that, even if you have a VA. And you can go now to these 20 clients and go and sell them lead generation services on the back end. So if you have a bunch of clients in the concrete space or the duct cleaning space or the masonry space, etc., you can now go and you can sell them lead gen as well. On that note, what I was going to ask you is, shoot, I had a question regarding that.
I guess one other thought,
yeah, go ahead.
one other thought I'll add to that is like over time, you'll get better and better at reaching out. Now I have very targeted campaigns to reach out to, you know, people that are already paying big marketing companies. And I'll get lists of big marketing companies and we'll target those people, find the unhappy ones, switch them over, switch them over. I'll find people that are local to where I live in certain niches that I like to work with. You know, maybe it's like HVAC companies are good. Maybe I have experience cleaning carpets. My dad owns a carpet cleaning company. I'm able to speak that language really well. I'm going to pull a list of local carpet cleaners in Arizona where I live. And now we have connections that those are easy wins. So think about your strengths and think about how you can get easy wins and easy switches to you, and you'll just stack monthly recurring revenue.
The other thing about SEO is every single person on this planet that owns a business, you can sell to, right? At the right price, you can sell SEO to anybody. And I'm not saying that you should, but you could sell SEO to the person that owns this company that makes these water bottles, or the person that cleans this office. Or, you know, with lead generation, you have to be a lot more targeted. So it is nice because anybody that you talk to, even if let's say you find somebody, you can sell them SEO, but it's a really competitive city. It doesn't matter because as long as you charge enough money for that SEO, it's still money. So anyway, that's number one. Number two is I remember what I was going to ask you real quick, and I know you got to get off here in just a second. But what is your on an average client? What's your profit margin? Let's say you're making $500 a month gross. How much of that are you putting in your pocket? Out of your $58,000 a month, how much of that is actual profit?
So yeah, great question. In the beginning, it was a lot higher because I was doing the sales. I was involved in the business more. It was like 70 or 80% profit margin. Now, um, I have like an SDR team, a sales team, website building team, SEO team. Everything's built and just runs. I have the support team. Everything is just dialed in. Day to day, there's not honestly a ton for me to do except new things that I want to implement. Now our profit margin is like 30, 40%. Um, so, and on top of that, we cross sell our clients to other businesses with high profit margins, more like the 70, 80% profit margins. So yeah, it's a pretty good system.
If you, by the way, last thing I want to say, uh, Hustler 80, for example, if you were to go and build a business right now of 20 clients, 500 bucks a month average client, you were going to do all the work, you could probably have 90% profit margins. Like that's not unrealistic. You would be doing the work, you would be doing the updates on the websites, but that would be manageable. Once you start to scale, you're gonna have to bring on people, you're gonna have to put in systems, you're gonna have to do some of these things. And as you scale, your profit's gonna go down, but you're also scaling. And I know Zach, for example, he doesn't have to do a lot of the actual work himself. So anyway, Zach has got to jump onto another call here in 3 minutes. I'm gonna let him go. But guys, if you want to check out more of what Zach's up to, go to zackpal.co. I dropped it a couple times in the chat. Hustler80 said God is great. I've been searching for an SEO coach like Zach, and here he is live right on my break at work. What a crazy coincidence. Either that's crazy or this guy's messing with us, but either way, that's cool. He might just be, he might be feeding us, but yeah, Hustler80, reach out to Zach. Maybe mention that your username is Hustler80. Appreciate you being on. Appreciate everybody being on. Guys, this is the year 2025. Get out of the rat race. God didn't put you on this earth to just be under someone's thumb. Get your freedom and live the life you want to live. Zach, thanks for being on the call. We'll see you guys when I go live again.